Oh, okay. I think I'm ready. Hello to everyone watching the replay. Oh, we got 10 people in here already. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Can y'all see me? Hear me okay? Move my light. I'm kind of blinded right now, but I think I'm okay. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. Hi, sister 4566. Hello. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? I'm gonna have to adjust my lighting. I think it's super bright. Lord have mercy. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. I gotta adjust my light. It's kind of bright. Hi from Virginia. Hey. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I don't know. What's funny? I think my light is like super bright. Hey, what's going on? Okay. So where you guys come? I always want to say where you guys calling from, but you're not calling in. Where are you guys at? We got Virginia. We have South Carolina. We got Boston. Every time I see Boston, I think about a Boston cream pie. I get hungry. I like food. Cary, Grenada. We got Vegas. I was in Vegas in May. I had a great time. Seattle, Chicago, North Carolina, Brooklyn, Tennessee, Minneapolis, Angola, Grenada, Brooklyn, Florida, Miami, London, Oakland, California, Jersey, Bay Area, New York, Chicago, London, Arkansas. Hey guys, welcome to another Curly Chemistry Lab. I'm so glad you guys are here. I am here to just hang out with you guys and answer any questions you guys may have for me. I am in the process of making this more consistent, coming on here live, giving you guys weekly live Q&A sessions. So here I am, okay? If this is your first time joining me live, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1, a number 1 in the chat. This is your first time here. Your first time catching me live. Okay, we got Nakia, we got Ray, Teresa, Janice, Height, Kickin' 58, Sister, Carol, Bella, Beautiful Empress, Tiara, Sheila, Lily, Nicole, Nikisha Brown, first time joining live. Yay! Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are here. So for the people who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Really, as I say for every live, there's no agenda. I don't have an agenda. I just have the date on the paper, but I have nothing here. So this is really for you all. What's going to happen is you guys are going to ask me questions. I'll probably be on here like the next 35, 45 minutes, something like that. But there's no specific topics in mind. So if you guys have questions about your hair, products, hair loss, hair growth, scalp issues, whatever your weekly hair challenges are at the moment that you're currently going through, let's talk about it. Let's hash it out. This is what this is for. Okay. So we got some questions rolling in. Beautiful Empress says, what temperature should the water be when washing it? That's a really good question. Honestly, if you can do warm to lukewarm to cool, that's perfectly fine. So I would say warm to cool. You don't have to like do like a cold rinse. Some people say, oh, your final rinse should be a cold rinse. That's torture. Okay. Do a cool rinse at the end. It doesn't have to be cold, but I would definitely not wash your hair with like hot water because that's going to lead to excessive dryness, dullness, frizziness. And a lot of times people who have like really frizzy hair, that's like a hidden culprit. And people don't think about that. Like the temperature that you're washing your hair with could be the reason why your hair is kind of frizzy, So just warm to cool would be ideal. Great question, by the way. I'm bored. Says, if your hair is chemically straightened, do you still do protein treatments? I would recommend doing them. I I'm natural and I try to do a protein treatment at least once a month. So if you can get that in your regimen once a month, that'll be ideal because your hair technically is modified, you know, so to make sure that it is strong and can withstand the combing and the brushing and the styling that you do, you want to make sure your hair is strong enough for those things. So doing a monthly protein treatment would be great. The ones I typically recommend are Apogee. I really like K18 as well. There's also Olaplex. So you have some options there. Great question. We got Middletown, Ohio in the house. Have you tried melanin products? I have. I like her oil. I like her leave-in. I think those are the only two products I tried of her line, but I do like her products. A lot of her ingredients are really good ingredients. I don't see any red flags in her formula, so they're pretty good. Let's see. Bella says, I'm having hair issues where my hair breaks on the sides and the back of my hair. Please help. Hey, Bella. So it could be a number of things. The first thing that comes to my mind is the type of styling that you're doing. I don't know if you have any like tension or any styles that kind of pull at the nape and the like your edges and your sides, because that could also be causing some trauma to the hair and just making it break off. So it could be how you're styling it. It could be a lack of moisture as well. So I would just be mindful of how you're styling your hair. Make sure it's nothing that pulls at the hair itself. And believe it or not, just deep conditioning your hair, like if you're not doing that right now, increasing that in your regimen can help tremendously when it comes to just stopping breakage. And then I would also think about what are some things that you've done to your hair in the past few months? Because if this is just like coming up out of the blue nowhere, it could be something that you did. I don't know if you got any coloring services done, you know, like any type of chemical treatments that can also lead to like random breakage out of nowhere. So I hope that helps. Someone said good protein treatment products, Olaplex, K18, and Apogee are like my top 3. Let's see. How often do you wash your hair? I wash my hair once a week. The max I'll go is once every 2 weeks, but my official regimen is once a week. So that includes pre-poo, shampoo. I'll usually do like some type of rinse. If it's not an ACV, like apple cider vinegar rinse, it's a tea rinse for like shedding. And then I'll go into my conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, and now I'm in this space of like blowing out my hair. So I do that with my Revere, and it's been amazing. I haven't got any heat damage. So my hair likes it. I'm gonna keep going. So I do it once a week. But in between my wash days, I moisturize my hair every 2 days. I don't go longer than 2 days. So that's just my moisture cycle there. So one thing I do recommend you guys doing, especially if you are dealing with dry hair and breakage, is to develop a moisturizing cycle. And I have a whole video on it, but if you think about it, if you go too long without moisturizing your hair, it's going to get dry and it's going to break off. And believe it or not, a lot of people, like, your dryness would be solved just by increasing your moisturizing session. So I used to moisturize my hair once a week, and I saw that my hair was breaking off. It was super dry. I wasn't retaining any length. And then once I started moisturizing every 2 days religiously, I started retaining my length now. So that's just my little regimen, and it works. So try it. Let's see. Can you use nettle and rosemary rinse and can you use a nettle and rosemary rinse and leave it in? Can you leave it in? You can, because it's going to be diluted in water, so that's completely fine. Now, if you notice that over time you also get dried out, then you may want to change that up and maybe rinse it out. Like the rosemary and nettle rinse, that can be a shower rinse too. So how I just said how I do shampoo and then I do a rinse and then my conditioner, that rinse could be the rosemary and nettle. And that'll be perfect because when your hair is freshly washed, that is the best time to do a rinse. So you can make that a part of your wash day routine. So I would try that. But if you want to leave it in like as a spritz, you can, but discontinue if your hair starts to get dry. What daily moisturizer do you use? Ray Divine, it fluctuates. So one thing about me is I never just have one moisturizer. I'm always like, I have at least 3 or 4 sometimes. So right now I am using the, what am I using? I'm using the Donna's Recipe sweet potato cream, extra hair cream, the Donna's Recipe hair cream that you can buy at Ulta and Target. I like that. I'm also using Lush. They have a hair moisturizer called Revive. I really like. I'm also using Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner. This is a liquid leave-in conditioner, and it's so, so good. So those are like my top 3 right now, but it fluctuates. So what I'm telling you now may change by like December. So, but that's what I'm using currently. Great question. And thank you guys for giving me the 44 likes. If this, I know we just started, but if this is helpful, definitely like this video. My goal is to get to 100 likes this evening. If we can get there, that'd be so awesome. So thank you guys in advance. Okay, let's see. Where am I? And by the way, girls, women, on your menstrual cycle, I know, like, really tiny, that's so random. If you're on your menstrual cycle and it's like you kind of like crampy, get your hands on some, what is it called? Red raspberry leaf tea. It's a game changer. Okay. So if you have like strong cramps and like a rough menstrual cycle, or dare I say heavy bleeding, I really want you to get your, like, try red raspberry leaf tea. You can get a bulk of it on Amazon. There's a brand, I can't remember the brand, it's in my refrigerator. By the way, did you know that bulk tea is it tastes a whole lot better and it lasts a lot longer when you leave it in your refrigerator? Random fact. But that one, the one I love, I can't think of the name, but it's in a big like bag and it's red. I'll take a picture of it and post it somewhere. But anyway, it's a big bag and it's a red and brown bag, and it's huge, and it says red raspberry leaf tea on it. But anyway, it's so good. I make like a cold tea, like I made it this morning and I put in the refrigerator, and it just soothes your cramps like that. So just random FYI, because if I find something that works, I'm gonna tell y'all too. Okay, next question. Where did it go? I had a good one too. Okay, can you moisturize in protective styles like braids? What do you recommend? Yes, so if your hair is in braids, you can definitely moisturize your hair. Now, you want to not do a cream, because that cream is going to get stuck in the braids and it's going to look kind of crazy. So use a liquid moisturizer. You can use water, aloe vera juice. You can use my favorite, Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner, and just spritz, 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 spritz. Spritz the length of your hair, because if your hair, let's say your hair stops here, right, and your braids are down here, you don't have to spritz down here. But if your hair stops here, spritz, and then take like a little bit of oil, like some light oil, and then just kind of rub that down to lock in that moisture. But that's what I would recommend when it comes to moisturizing your hair, especially when it's in braids. And do a really good deep conditioner prior to your braid installation. Can you use aloe vera juice as a hair rinse before using a deep? Can you use aloe vera juice as a hair rinse before using a conditioner on wash day? Absolutely. You can definitely do that. And that's going to be so nice, because aloe vera juice naturally is acidic. So it's going to help to seal the cuticle. It's going to help those, like, your curls to be more defined. It's going to be such an experience for you. So yes, you can totally use it. And you don't got to wash it out, by the way, if you don't want to. You can keep it in. But yes, totally aloe vera juice on your rinse, on your wash day, definitely. My scalp becomes dry before my hair. Is there something you recommend I do? Yes. So there's a few things you can do. There's a few things you can do. So on your wash day, and I talk about this a lot, on your wash day, you guys know that when you are washing your hair and your scalp, your scalp experiences the most amount of moisture on your wash day. So when you get out of the shower, I would have some like jojoba oil, or grapeseed oil, like a nice light oil ready, like somewhere by like in your bathroom, and then just take some of that on your fingers and just massage your scalp to lock in that moisture. So that's one thing you can do, like an after shower scalp massage, to take advantage of that moisture. The second thing you can do is you can get your hands on a scalp serum, Pacifica rosemary mint scalp serum. Makes a really good one. You can get that at Ulta. Just type in Pacifica Rosemary Scalp Serum and you'll see it. That's a really good one. It's water-based, so you'll get like a lot of hydration from that. Pattern Beauty has a scalp serum that's really good too. So that's your second option. Your third option, believe it or not, hair grease. Hair grease, hair grease. By the way, this week's product of the week is hair grease. We'll talk about this later on. But yes, good old hair grease is amazing for a dry scalp. You know, and I think it was the last live, we had a lady, she was saying how she cured her, I think she said she had traction alopecia. Either traction alopecia or some type of scalp condition she had with hair grease. So I'm gonna just say, don't be sleeping on the grease, y'all. But like I said, you have options. So between those three, you can't go wrong. Oh, that's a good question. How do you use black tea to prevent breakage? So when it comes to black tea, it does help tremendously with like reducing shedding and strengthening the follicles. Now, when it comes to the breakage part, yeah, I haven't heard it so much for breakage. I've heard it more so for reducing shedding, but not for breakage. If you're trying to prevent breakage, that's where, you know, the moisturizing comes into play. The deep conditioning more often, being careful how you comb your hair, how you brush your hair, so that you're not manipulating it to the point that you're experiencing breakage and damage to the cuticles. So I would say it's more so those things than the black tea. Now, a lot of women do use black tea rinses on their wash day, but mainly it's for either hair growth, because I want to say black tea does contain caffeine. Yeah, it does. And it also helps against shedding, but I haven't heard it so much for breakage. I've been using castor oil on my scalp and I'm seeing growth. Yes. I love that for you. That's amazing. Castor oil is amazing. Castor oil is such a unique oil. I really wish we'd and prayerfully there'll be some more research done on it, but it has an amazing fatty acid in it called ricinoleic acid. And not a lot of oils have ricinoleic acid in it. Okay. And it's so good. It's so good. So I'm happy you're seeing growth. I'm so happy you're seeing growth. Okay, let me see. What did I miss? How can I make my TWA grow evenly? Oh, isn't that fun? When your hair just wants to decide to do its own thing and grow long here and grow short here. Believe it or not, that is a thing. Like, here's a secret. This side of my hair grows a lot faster than this side of my hair. I used to cut it like to make it even, but now I just don't care anymore. I'm like, I'm not going to keep cutting this side of my hair just so it can catch up with this side. If it's uneven and lopsided, it is what it is. So that's just how our hair is sometimes. Now, what you can do, which is probably something I should do too, actually, but what you can do is the side of your hair or the part of your hair that's kind of like, taking a little slow time, do scalp massages specifically, specifically, I hate that word because I always say Pacific, like Pacific Ocean. Specifically in the area, do scalp massages more. So giving it that extra blood circulation will help it to catch up to the longer side of your TWA. So try that. Keep me posted and let me know how that works for you. Oh, we're at 88 likes. Yes. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost at 100. If this is helpful for you, definitely be sure to hit that like button. Okay. Let's see. Reese KO says grease is full of chemicals. I'll pass. Well, number one, grease is not full of chemicals. Number two, everything is a chemical. Even you are a chemical. Number three, I have a whole video on hair grease, so definitely check it out if you have not done so already. Okay. All right, let's see. Did you ever try the Apogee Keratin green tea? I love it. That stuff is so good. I use that every wash day. So typically after I rinse my conditioner out, my leave-ins are going to be the Apogee green tea keratin spray and the Apogee pro vitamin leave-in conditioner. So good. That combination is so good. And it's so lightweight on the hair. And it does have like hydrolyzed keratin in it. So it's going to have the good proteins that do help to penetrate deep into the cuticle and work from the inside out. So I love it. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. I love hair care and scalp care. I'm glad you do, Daniel. That's amazing. Hey, Tanya, is a little beeswax in in Wait, is a little beeswax in an end sealer okay? Oh, as an end sealer. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Now, I'll say this. If you start to notice that over time you're getting like a lot of buildup in that area, then you may want to minimize it. You don't want to go too long also without, washing your hair. And that's the same thing with like any type of heavy sealant, whether it's a castor oil, whether it's a grease or a beeswax. You don't want to go too long without washing your hair. And that may be why one of the reasons why I prefer to wash my hair once a week too. But as long as you are washing your hair consistently with an actual shampoo, you'll be completely fine. But beeswax is an amazing sealant. A lot of women use that. And I believe like even other like cultures incorporate beeswax into their hair care regimen. So you're right on it. Okay, let's see. What can I use on my ends because they seem a bit frizzy? Also, do you recommend doing a pre-poo? So I love that question, sister 4566. So when it comes to your ends, my first question for you would be, how often are you trimming them? Because if you're not trimming your ends pretty often, you may have some split ends. So I would do a search and destroy method. And basically that's you doing a hair assessment where you kind of just look at your ends. If you see any split ends, just go ahead and like kind of snip them. So that's the first thing I would do. If you haven't got a trim in a very long time, it may be good to get one to kind of just start fresh. As far as what you can put on your ends, any type of, water-based moisturizer as a step one, and then either like a oil or a butter, a grease, as a sealant as a step two. And then the third thing I would say is just be mindful when you are combing your hair because your ends are the most fragile part of your hair. So be careful with that. And then as far as what I recommend as a pre-poo, my number one will always be coconut oil. After that, there's babasu oil, there's palm kernel oil. I know some women who get some great results with pre-pooing with aloe vera juice and also olive oil. So you have some options there too. Great question, by the way. Do you like sulfur 8? I haven't used sulfur 8, but I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. A lot of women use sulfur 8, and it's been a staple in our community for a very, very long time. So I have nothing against it. There's no red flags there's no red flags in sulfur 8 as far as the ingredients go. And something great about sulfur 8 or sulfur itself is that it's very antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. So if you do have any type of scalp issues related to like bacteria and fungus, sulfur or products that contain sulfur would be ideal for getting rid of getting rid of all of those things. So sulfur 8 is good in my book. Do you like scalp massages? I think scalp massages are an amazing way to promote blood circulation to your scalp, to promote hair growth, and it's also really relaxing as well. So yes, scalp massages are amazing. And I actually recommend doing that at least a few times a week. If you can do it every night, that would be amazing. But if you can do scalp massages at least 3 or 4 times a week, that alone is going to help to promote hair growth. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Okay, let's see. Ooh, what time is it? Gotta check my time. All right, we'll do another 10 minutes and then we're gonna hop off. Time goes by so fast when you're having fun. I feel like I just got on. Okay, let's see. Kia Lion says, what causes hair webbing and how can it be treated? Ooh, that's a tricky one. So it could be a number of things. If it's the same thing that I think that you're talking about, it could be a lack of protein because usually when hair gets really, really gummy like, it will kind of web together, because there is a lack of structure and a lack of integrity. So the first thing I would say is, how often do you get protein treatments? The second thing I would say is, what happened recently? And I always ask this question because when things just happen randomly in our hair that wasn't there before, we have to kind of backtrack and think, okay, what did I do differently? Did I use a certain product? Did I get a type of service done to kind of help figure out what the root is? So Honestly, off the bat, I'm thinking it's something where you may be deficient in protein when it comes to your hair. I just did a video last Friday actually on protein deficiency when it comes to the hair and how to fix it. So definitely check that out. And there's also a test that you can do to determine if it is protein or if it is moisture. If you guys have not saw, if you have not saw that video, if you have not seen that video, definitely go to my page. And it's the last one that I did last Friday. So yeah, check that one out. That's a good question, Nicole. What is the difference from shedding and breaking hair? So shedding is completely normal. Our hair goes through a hair growth cycle every day, right? And the hair growth cycle is the anagen phase, the catagen phase, and the telogen phase. The anagen phase is the active hair growth cycle. This is when our hair is actually growing out of our scalp. And the anagen cycle, it depends, but it can last for years. For some people, it can last from 4 to 5 years. Some people, it can last up to 8 years. You know, the longer the years, the more growth potential you have, right? And then you have the catagen phase. This is the resting phase. This is when the hair is done with the cycle and it's just at a pause before it goes to the last phase, which is the telogen phase, which is the shedding phase. The shedding phase is pretty much what shedded hair is. Shedded hair makes way for new hair to come out of the scalp. So it's completely normal. It's not normal when it becomes excessive, and it can become excessive due to stress, due to hormonal changes, you know, and typically when you would have to kind of like know your hair to know what normal shedded hair is versus excessive shedding hair. So shedding is normal. It's usually longer pieces of hair. And then you have breakage, and breakage can be due to dryness. Breakage can be due to a lack of protein, damage to the hair. If I decide to take a rat tooth comb and go, my hair is going to start breaking like crazy. So that's damage to the cuticle. That's not normal. That's not good, right? And usually that's going to be like shorter pieces of the hair. So hopefully that makes sense in regards to just the differentiation between shedded hair and breakage. But the good thing is, you know, breakage can be fixed. You know, you can treat breakage. Some cases it will take time, not that much time, no, honest with you, but it can be fixed, which is great. Yay, we're at 100 likes, 116 likes. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. I'm recovering from postpartum shedding. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, the good thing is postpartum shedding is normal because when you were pregnant, you know, your estrogens were sky high, right? And then now that you're in postpartum, your estrogen levels are like going down back to normal. So it's completely normal, but you will get through this. And I actually need to do a video on this topic. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm writing it down on my notebook so I can remember to make a video on that topic. So thank you for that. Okay, let's do 4 more questions. And then we'll call it a night. And then I will be back next week around this time. But before I continue, let's do a quick pause. Let me know in the comments if this has been helpful to you so far. Let me know if this has been helpful so far. And while you guys let me know, I'm going to drink my red raspberry leaf tea. Very helpful. Good, good. Awesome sauce. Yay. Thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your feedback. That helps me. Okay, let's do, what did I say? 4 more questions, and then we're going to head out. Oh, that's a good question, Jay. Jay says, do you moisturize your hair before it becomes dry or when it is dry? I try to do it before it gets dry. I don't want to wait too long, you know, and now my hair is just like, you know, and now my hair is like on the sink because now it's breaking, you know. So I try to do it before it gets dry. And that's part of the reason why I just religiously moisturize my hair every 2 days so it doesn't get to that state of dryness. If I waited, is that a word? Waited? If I waited until the 4th day, my hair gonna be dry. But why wait that long when I can get it before? You know what I'm saying? Before the breakage comes, before the tangles come. So I try to do it before my hair gets dry. So great question. Is it safe to take hair, scalp, nail vitamins? I think it depends on the brand, Nicole. You know, and there's so many out here, so I think it depends on the brand. But in most cases, it should be fine. Of course, always consult with your physician. But I will also look at ratings. So if there's like a certain brand that you're looking for or looking into, I would look at the reviews, see if there's any YouTube reviews from different people who actually have tried and just share their experiences online, you know, to kind of help determine your decision. I do have a few videos on different vitamins that I recommend for the hair on my channel. So if you just type in Curly Chemistry hair vitamins, it'll pop up. Okay. Okay, it's going really fast. Oh man, someone said I skipped their question. I'm not skipping questions on purpose, y'all. I'm not. I'm just trying to do them in the order that I see them. And if I miss your question, I'm going to be back next week. So just hold on to your question. I got you. Let's see. Thoughts on Blue Magic. You mean this stuff right here? I think it's amazing. I have no problems with hair grease. I used hair grease last night for this style. Like, you see the suppleness, you see the shine and the softness, courtesy of Blue Magic Indian Hemp. Now, here's the thing with hair grease, okay? You never want to put it just on your hair, like boom. You always want to have a moisturizer first, because moisturizing our hair is a 2-part thing, right? You have step 1, which is the water-based moisturizer, the liquid or the cream, right? And then you have the sealant. And in my case last night, this was my sealant. And I think it's amazing. Believe it or not, it is non-comedogenic, meaning it does not clog the pores of the scalp, which is amazing. Okay. I have no problem with it. I wash my hair once a week, so I have no issues with like product buildup either. So I think it's great. I think it's lovely. I'm planning to make another video on hair grease very soon. So yeah, I love it. Yeah. What oil should people prone to dandruff use? So great question. I would not use, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil. I would say light oils. I wouldn't go for like the thick oils like castor or avocado. I would do like light oils. Jojoba, sweet almond, grapeseed. Like those are like your light oils. As far as like essential oils for dandruff, tea tree oil takes the cake, hands down. That's an amazing scalp massage to do to ward off dandruff. I would also do ACV rinses too. Maybe you can do it twice a month or once a month, but that's going to help tremendously to clear out your scalp. And it's also a natural clarifier as well. And it's hydrating. Because a lot of time with clarifiers, you get the cleansingness, but you don't get the moisture. You know, you don't get that hydration. But with ACV, you do get the clarifying and you do get the moisture as well. So I would highly recommend that. But tea tree oil is amazing. You can use a few drops in like grapeseed oil and use that as a scalp massage for your scalp if you have dandruff. Someone says sulfur grease is good. Jumped in at just the right point. Oh, good. Yay. And by the way, I am going to say this live. So if you just came in, you can always catch the replay, but yeah. Okay, let's do 2 more questions and then I'm going to head out because I have to travel tomorrow. And guess who has not packed? Me. I'm such a late packer. One day I'll learn, but not tonight. Okay, let's see. Yes, tea tree oil solved my scalp dryness over 2 years ago. Yay! Yeah, tea tree oil is a gem. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's amazing. Tea tree oil, I don't even get dandruff anymore. I'm telling you, East Point, no. East Point, know what it is. Tea tree is it's amazing. Okay. Focus, Tanya. Should I spray on heat protectant? You can spray it on. I mean, you have serums and then you have like heat protectant spray. So either or is fine, but definitely use heat protectant, especially if you're using heat. All right. Pamela says you don't have any products to go over. I don't. We just talked about hair grease. So I think the next live, I'll bring a few more products, like maybe 2 or 3 products that I'm loving that week. But this is the one that I'm loving this week. So that's why I got this with me. But next week, I'll definitely be prepared with more than one product. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. I want to do one more question. One more question. I always say 1, but then it turns into 5. I gotta be careful because I have to go. Kim Washington says, do you recommend using the purple shampoos for gray hair? I don't know. I've heard like a lot of mixed reviews with purple shampoos from with gray hair. Like I've heard some people say like the purple shampoo kind of stained their gray hair a little bit, you know? So I would just say be mindful if you do that. If it's more so for like, I guess the real question is what the goal is, you know? But like I said, be mindful of the brand that you use. I don't have any brands off the top of my head in regards to purple shampoos for gray hair, but what I would do is look at the ratings for sure and just see how the other women or men have responded to it. But like I said, I've known some people say that it has stained their gray hair. So just kind of be careful, be mindful with that. But look at the ratings. Definitely look at the ratings. All right, y'all. As a stylist, I find they are great for removing yellow. Oh, there you go. Awesome, awesome. Every time I cut my hair, the split ends come back. How are you styling your hair? How are you styling your hair? How often do you moisturize your hair? Because if they're still coming back, it has to be something that you're doing in between, you know, like on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. How are you handling your hair? You know, are you manipulating your hair? Are you keeping your hair moisturized? Because if it's a no to those things, then your hair, I can see why your ends are going back to being in split or having split ends, because split ends will come from those things. Either it's going to come from the dryness or some type of damage or manipulation that you're doing. So I would just kind of be mindful of that. Love the live. I'll ask my questions again next week. Safe travels. Thank you, E. Wimberly. I appreciate you so much. All right, guys, I'm going to head out because I'm going to keep going. It's great to catch you. Thank you for creating the ingredient guide ebook. Genius. You're so welcome. The original hair whisperer. My pleasure. If you guys have not checked out my Curly Girls Guide to Hair Care Ingredients, definitely check it out. I talk a lot about the best ingredients for our hair type. Another good resource is the Natural Hair Care with some flashcards. Another amazing resource on ingredients based off of your hair type, whether you have hair porosity or low, if you have high porosity or low porosity. And as you guys know, I now offer one-on-one hair care coaching calls, which is so exciting because I get to connect with you guys one-on-one via video chat. And I had one yesterday and we had such a really good time. So yep. All right, guys. And for more information on those things, check out the links below in the description box for more information. I'm going to head out now because if I don't, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. Thanks for sharing the live. You're welcome. Take your time. Oh, thanks for your time. May you have safe travels. I will. Thank you so much. I'm going to New Jersey to visit my family. So I'm excited about that. Especially before it gets too cold, you know, so yeah. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you guys again. I'll see y'all next week. Join me again next Wednesday at 7:15. Yeah, 7 or 7:15. I'll post it before Wednesday. But definitely join me next week for another Q&A live. I'm going to keep this up for the replay. And thank you guys for getting me to 138 likes tonight. Hope this was helpful. Love you guys.